These guys are ridiculous. These guys are ridiculous.
Now, how about them damn Celtics?
And we are back with another How About Them Celtics video podcast. Is this going to go up? This is going to go up on audio platforms. It's weird because we're not doing a full podcast today. Apologies. But it is Sunday, so this will go up on audio platforms. I just went through a whole day of travel. Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Yeah.
I just traveled. Sam has been busy all day, so we didn't have time to record a full pod. But we're going to go through the emails because we haven't gone through them in a while. And a part of this title will probably be riding the Celtics roller coaster of emotions because half the emails are, oh my gosh, they're up 3-0. And the other half are, uh-oh.
There's one guy that just sent us a billion emails from his phone, like texting us.
Let's get those out of the way first, right?
No, we did them on the
Oh,
pod
there've been more. There were more
There were
cents.
more of them?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's more cents. Do you see the time on these?
No.
5 a.m.? 5 a.m.
Got nothing going on.
There's a giant fly flying around my room. So if you see me bugging out, please ignore me.
No pun intended.
Yeah, right. But I'm going to read these very quickly before we get to the real emails. Boston in trouble. I hope Dallas beats the breakup. Boston lost. Golden State didn't play like that. I'm done with Boston. I hope Boston loses. Dumbass team. Number one, we love when you guys email us. We appreciate it. Please don't text us. It just makes it so difficult. Don't text the email. Email the email,
Just
please.
DM us or whatever.
We beg you.
The
DM
DMs
us if
are
you'd like to
easier.
text. Absolutely. But also overreacting like that is useless. Like, come on.
It is a crazy overreaction. I'm not thrilled by any means, but I'm not doing that.
Do you want to start with the highs or the lows? Like, do you want to
Let's start with the lows, and then we'll kind of work our way back to the highs because you should. I mean, in theory, if they lose Game 3 and win Game 4, then all of those messages will still apply. 3-1 is 3-1.
Let's start with game. Actually, almost all of these are from after Game 3. We only have one email from.
All right, do the RJ one, then we'll get back in.
Okay.
You know what's funny though? A little as we load up.
Yeah.
It feels awful to lose Game 4 when you're up 3-0. And I think if you asked everyone, they'd be like, yeah, I would have rather won Game 4 and ride that momentum into Game 5. But
yes.
3-1 has been beaten. 3-0 has not been beaten. Isn't that funny?
Yes. And I think it's all a hindsight thing because living in this moment sucks, but living in this moment coming back to Boston would have been better had they had, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But what I mean is no team has ever come back from 3-0.
No, of course. I totally get it. And that's why I think it's a completely hindsight, retroactive line of or thought process.
Sure.
I should say. Only email we have after the Celtics loss from RJ. With love and respect, the Mavs played defense. Evening, folks. Yep, that one was hairball. Celtics first go at clinching a championship did not go well. I won't try to psychoanalyze the C's. I'll give credit to Dallas defense, the quote, and the rest of the Mavs, end quote, who are on the court with Luke and Kyrie, played a better scheme that made the Celtics speed up their three-pointers, made it harder to get to the rim, and could rebound better than Boston. Washington, Jones Jr., and Lively all contributed to a better team defense, and the Celtics didn't solve their puzzle. Joe will get back to teach from this example, so he'll be happy, or he'll get to teach from this example. Be well, and let's wing this thing, RJ. I think it's just as simple as that, and I wrote about it for Celtics blog this morning. I said it on the pod last night, or I guess yesterday morning, whenever you're listening to this. The Celtics refused to be arrogant, right? And maybe they were a little bit in Game 4, and that's probably why they lost. But by acknowledging that, yes, Dallas played great, they're able to retroactively say, okay, now we know there's another team on the other side, rather than, no, we just think we have to be better. No, we have to acknowledge that they're fighting for the same thing we are, and we have to prepare ourselves to not expect winning, but earn a win. And I think that's important because that's how they've carried themselves all year.
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it on the head last night. You went full in depth about their comments, giving Dallas credit and all that. And, the fact that they're looking at it as the other team played well, how can we combat that instead of just focusing on what they did wrong, is probably going to be better. It's going to earn them more punchback points in Game 5. If they're just sitting around being we didn't try, you're not really learning from that. You're just kind of being okay, we'll try and it'll be better. But if you're what did they do right? How can we adjust to it? How can we win? It's far more productive. So big credit to them.
Definitely. I've got the strap on me if the fly comes around. I had to have it ready.
Oh,
If you're watching on YouTube, you definitely saw it fly by the camera. Hit me with the freeze frame. If you watch on YouTube, send a screenshot of the fly in front of the camera and tweet it at me. I'm delirious. Okay, I think literally everything else we have is there. It goes. Everything else we have is party, and so let's party. I guess this is Ian. This is from noon on Thursday. So give me another one, he says. Hey, boys, what's poppin'? Have a set of non-congruent thoughts to bring up for discussion for entertainment purposes. One, Jack, you were so happy I couldn't help yourself in the future self pod. I counted 3-0, stated 5 times, 1 win, an additional 3 times. Just a note that made me chuckle. Thank you. I was excited. National media is killing me because there's no local broadcast. I can't escape it. They keep referencing the Celtics' failures to close out games and series, the inconsistency and quality of play, or the tendency to crack under pressure, but that's not us anymore. Teams have grown and developed and improved. They've proven time and time again this year, regular season and postseason, that they can close games and series. And frankly, they are trustworthy to not blow leads and lose games in the clutch every year, and every team is unique. I can't handle this stale takes using data from a team that doesn't exist anymore. Doesn't look amazing after game 4, but I do think it is a little different. Like, bad games happen. This isn't the same. Like, oh my gosh, they're choking. I just think it was done.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, now everyone can be like, well, what if?
I know.
What if the Mavs come back? What if the Mavs come back? And Ian is going to have to deal with all of that on the national talk shows, the pregame shows, the halftime shows. I mean, I saw all these different. I mean, SB Nation, I think, had an article today. It's like, what's it going to take for the Mavs to be the first team to come back from 3-0? Just everybody that's all. I mean, listen, Jack and I understand we're in the content game. We get bored. We put together our show rundown sheets and we're like, what are we talking about today? And there's not a lot. So when you get something to talk about, you're going to talk about it. But the Celtics as a team have been so much better this year.
Yes.
The blowing leads thing, they have blown leads, but they have not completely lost the lead.
Have you seen that chart on Twitter?
I did see it.
Prize Picks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with more than 5 million members. It is the most fun and exciting way to get in on the action while you watch your favorite sports and players. You just pick more or less on 2 or more player stats for a shot to win up 100 times your cash. With Prize Picks, you could turn $10 into $1,000 in a single game watching your favorite sports this summer. You can make a Prize Picks lineup in as little as 60 seconds. You just need to pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you're locked in. Now, if you're looking for promotions, Prize Picks has got you covered every week, from lowering select player stats projections on Tuesdays, which increases your chance of getting a win, to getting your entry fees back if you have a losing lineup on Fridays. The finals mean more on Prize Picks, and so do the star players. You get boosted playoffs on selected basketball stars that you won't find anywhere else. Now, this week on Prize Picks, I'm looking at Jason Tatum, more than 26.5 points. Jaylen Brown, more than 3 threes, which may be aggressive, but I'm running with that. Download that app today and use a code CLNS for a deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
Fewest leads blown. Number 3 from Ian. When D. White went to the line with 1 minute remaining to push the lead above that 1.5 possession game, all I could think about was, I'm going to make them both. And damn it, I fully believed it again. This team is just different than in years before. D. White versus Grant is also a big difference. Does the team construction of the East discount the quality of the ring? They have bench guys with 0 minutes a game. That would be starters and high rotation guys in 25 plus other teams. Does this, quote, super team discourse take away from the impressive year like the KD Warriors, a little bit of the Heatles, and the Lakers have been trying to do with Bron for years? Absolutely not. This is and I don't think the Heat or Warriors ring should be taken away too. They built phenomenal teams, and they earned the rings because they built phenomenal teams.
Yeah, right? I mean, it's Brad Stevens' job is to put as many great players on the floor together who can actually have chemistry and compete and play as a team. That's an underrated aspect of the Celtics team. All of these guys from the beginning have came in, bought all of what Joe Mazzulla has been selling them, and they're committed to trying to win a championship. That's why Porzingis has been great. That's why Holiday has been great. That's why Al Horford has been great on this team. He agreed to come off the bench. Porzingis agreed to come off the bench to the finals. Holiday just does whatever they need him to do. Derek White has stepped up immensely this season. in a larger role after being asked to do that with Smart's exit. Like, all of these guys are willing to do whatever it takes. And super team, not super team, it still takes the mental commitment to get to where they're at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. I mean, like I said, this is a testament to how good the Celtics have done building this team. Ian says, thank you guys for the work in the grind. I think I've identified why y'all are the best listen for me beyond the strong and detailed analysis. Your discourse feels familiar, like how I talk to my buddies about sports. Make listening to the well-informed takes all the more enjoyable. Keep it up, Ian. Thank you. Appreciate you, Ian. One more. I thought I was clicking this like we had one more email. Did you see me click it?
Yeah. I was looking at it too. I was like, what the hell is that?
Oh yeah. Okay. Next email. From I'm just gonna go down the list. Brendan Smith. Hey guys, been listening to the pod since the start of the season. Big fan of you guys and the Celts from Western Australia.
Oh,
Respect.
nice.
Shout out first to the floor. Have wanted to email for a while, but just didn't. But the love of my life got into the game. Xavier Tillman. I'm genuinely so glad we got him. I loved him in Memphis, and now he's on the team playing insane. Tatum finally turned up, but funny how he doesn't have a positive plus minus when he scores a bunch. This is true. Also, I'm sick of the media and NPC fans all of a sudden praising Jalen and putting him over Tatum when he has been a god for the past 2 seasons. But I'm glad he's not being hated on. Anyway, hope to email over the offseason. So if you get this, thank you for an awesome season. Cheers, Brendan. Thanks, Brendan.
Yep,
we appreciate
you got the right email, Brendan. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Glad also, you enjoyed the Tillman minutes. We did too.
I can say as well, like, of all the guys on the team, I think Tillman might know my face and like know who I am like the most, just because I went up to him. He is like genuinely just the nicest fucking guy on the planet too. Like he
seems very nice.
If I had to have a conversation with anybody on the team, he'd be like top 2. Like he's up there. Him, Derek White, Luke. Like Tillman's great. Henry also asked me, and he said, I don't know if this is like a topic, but he texted me. Henry says, I don't know if this is on the agenda for your recording, but should Tillman get more playing time? He seems to do a better job on Doncic than Horford defensively when they switch to him, and he can step up on offense when called upon. I get it a little, if anything, to save Horford's legs a little, but you just don't even get anywhere close to the same offensive consistency, which I think is the problem.
Yeah, Horford throughout the playoffs has been incredible on offense. He had, a 7 3-pointer game in Indianapolis. He had that monster game 5 against Cleveland. He's not somebody who is going to be the leave him open guy. Because when teams tried that, it didn't go very well. He found his 3-point stroke. He's been consistent. I thought one of the issues with game 4 is he only took 1 shot. Obviously, there was a reason for that. But Al Horford is too good to only be taking 1 shot. You have to find a way to get him involved. You have to find a way to pull the defenders away from him.
Definitely.
So he's able to make the defenses pay. I like Tillman. I think he's played good. I think he had some of the best energy of everybody in that game 4. But unfortunately, he didn't really do enough to get them back into the game. Would have taken a miracle. He tried his very best.
He did. There is no miracle that can save that. Next one from Ryan Hall. Deron Holmes II. I've been thinking about the future with Al getting old and Kristaps being injury prone. I think we need to get a big that fits our play style. Dayton center Deron Holmes II is in this year's draft as a guy. Shot over 38% from 3 and a good defender. He fits our play style better. Play style to a T. The things I heard multiple teams want him, like OKC and Denver. I say we do our best to move up in this draft and get, if we can, get a chance to snag him. Thoughts? I know Deron Holmes because I've had to write a few like mock drafts and stuff. Sam,
I don't know him. What I will say is,
I don't want to be rude.
This away. We file this away for next time Tyler Rucker comes on, because we'll have him on before the draft, and he will have great information about this handsome young man for us.
Mm-hmm. For what it's worth, the shooting. His shooting this year has been an outlier. Like he hasn't really been a good shooter ever, and his free throw percentage. His free throw percentage is still down. So like that's like is it really, you know what I'm saying? Like that's usually the sign. But I like Deron Holmes. I heard somewhere a little while ago that he has like a quote unquote, like he stopped doing draft workouts because he has a promise in the first round or something. Like a team said, you're not getting past us, so you're good.
Celtics.
I don't know if that's it, but I think he might go before 30 for what it's worth. Next email in hindsight from Michael Hilly. What's popping, guys? Up 3-0. This is awesome. I had a few takes in the series so far. One, the Mavs offense sucks. I remember when people who, like myself, said the Pacers were a better offense than anyone the Celtics would have to face, and we got roasted for that take. Now the Mavs haven't reached 100 points a single time. Yikes. Pacers didn't have that problem. 2, how clutch was Brad Stevens at building a team?
Yes.
He fine-tuned getting certain pieces like Derek, Drew, KP, but not just the main guys, but stay-ready guys like Tillman, Brissett, Cornette, who have all had key playoff moments this playoff run. Brad Stevens could be one of the greatest team builders of all time after it's said and done. Anyways, just some food for thought. Thanks for the pods. They rock. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Brissett, not bad in game 4. Made it 3.
In the garbage time minutes?
Yeah, not bad. Did they find something there?
The Mavs did find something though, like genuinely. Their role guys stepped up. They figured out their offense a little bit. Their defense improved significantly against the Celtics. They closed out on shooters. They rotated better. And then I mean, I wrote something for SB Nation, like the big site, not Celtics blog, about how the Derek White trade was the turning point of this Celtics team and sort of changed the course of Celtics history. Before Derek White trade, in the year and a half before, including playoffs, they were, I want to find the exact stat so I don't butcher it, they were 71-66 in the year and a half prior. Since the Derek White trade, including playoffs, they're 187-70. Pretty damn good. That's pretty good. There's a lot of other stuff in there, but Derek White, his personality, his ability to just gel, awesome. Next one,
Important.
RJ. Very important. Sorry, I didn't know if you had a take. I was going to keep
No.
going. Okay. With love and respect, I have a wish from RJ. Evening, guys. Watching the two of you on First to the Floor tonight was a blast. What I say next isn't prediction, it's a wish. Joe Mazzulla has said several times this year that Celtics haven't played, quote, a full 48. I want game 4 to be that wire-to-wire, locked in, play the right way, top to bottom game. I'm glad we're reading this after now. It's very funny.
Yeah,
It's much funnier. Have the team show the joy of playing together on offense, on defense. Player 1 through 15, no let-ups, no letting go of the rope, just relax teamwork. Again, not a prediction, just a wish. Be well, let's win this thing, RG. Well, 1 through 15, you got 1 through 15. You got the wish. You got the wish.
He knew because he said not a prediction. He wanted it to be cemented that he was not saying this would happen, but he would have loved to see it happen. We would have loved to see it happen too, RJ, but unfortunately, we had to watch a whole lot of nothing. Literally almost turn your TV off material in game 4. Girlfriend got home from dinner with some friends and was like, oh, I'm about to put the game on. I was like, don't. It's a waste of your time.
Waste of your time. All right.
I texted back. I was like, there are better ways for you to spend your time.
Yes. From Michael, this means something to me. What's popping, guys? Seems like we're in the end game here. This is such an incredible feeling as a fan being up 3-0. Never had a team I've been a fan of win a championship other than UNC when they won a natty, but I took a break from basketball that year, so it don't count. So crazy how this is the team for so many Celtics fans who have never experienced it before. Makes you just want to bask in the glory of this awesome team a little longer.
Game Time makes getting NBA Finals tickets even faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer it gets to the tip-off. Like right now, I was looking on the app, and it's really easy to use. Just download the app. Lots of pictures for us sports fans. Lots of pictures. And, you know, the tickets for Celtics Game 1 and whoever they play, between $600-$700. But the closer you get to actual tip time, it's going to go down. So you and your friends may do a last-minute thing. And I know it's a lot of money, but maybe it's 2-3 of your friends, last minute trip, boom, let's go. Let's see what the tickets are on Game Time. You never know. With killer last minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets. Last minute tickets, flash deals, zone deals. Okay, here's the deal. Last minute deals save up to 60% off buying last minute for sports, concerts, comedy, theater, etc. Now, the flash deal is save even more with exclusive in-app deals on select seats ahead of the game or the event. Save even more when you choose a section for the zone deals. You choose a section, let Game Time choose the seats. Sounds pretty good to me. Take the guesswork out of buying NBA Finals tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
Yeah.
They gave you your wish. They gave you an extra 3 days before they win the title.
They did.
I hope.
I will say, like, reflecting, although they did not close it out, like, this is still one of the greatest teams, like, constructed in a long time. Like genuinely, like this is, I'm not saying they would beat the Warriors. I'm not saying they're better than the Warriors. Like there is no better than that. It's the same reason why players can be like, I think player X is the best of all time. I think player X is Y is the greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying? There's different, but like in terms of team construction, like this is one of the best teams of the past decade. Like genuinely, like all the numbers say it, the way they play to say it, the talent says it. And for people who started, religiously following the team after 2008, this is the team. Like this is it. So it's pretty cool.
It's been a lot of fun. A lot of likable characters on the team too. Like it's easy to root for him. Jack said it, like he's gotten to go around at the finals and kind of just chat up some of these guys, some of the ones you might not know all that well, and they seem to be all just good people. So it's nice to see things going well for them. And even the guys at the top, like Tatum's a superstar. You don't really hear a peep about him negative the same way. Signs $300 million contract. First thing he does is dedicate it to making Boston a better place. Like Porzingis has done nothing but smile since he joined the team. Derek White's very similar, very humble, and Drew Holiday's incredible too. So you just have all these guys that are just incredible people, incredible players, and you can see that their personalities translate from being good people to good teammates, and it makes all the difference. Just like a 2019.
Not wrong. Next email from Eli. Let's fucking go. What's popping? Okay, I won't type the whole email in caps, but boys, we're up 3-0 in the NBA Finals. To me, this series has revealed one thing. There's one team that's prepared all season to win a championship, and another that got good matchups on the way to the finals and overperformed. And the second team is not the Celtics. These guys have been ready all year long for these moments. We just weren't sure until they got there, but when the moments came, they were ready and met the moment. Mavs, on the other hand, they had their number one foul out with about 4 minutes left. With the season on the line and fumbled their best chance to get back in the series. But now the better, more prepared, hungrier team is 1 win away, and they're getting it done Friday. Yikes. Book it. Yikes. Season 4. Let's fucking go, Eli. Season 5. And I will also say it is funny and like a bit painful to read back all these messages and say Celtics before they're going to do it. But at the end of the day, like if and I said it on the pod, like if they lose Friday for like whatever, like that's when the questions can start to seep in for real.
Yeah.
Monday, sorry, yes. But until then, if they get it done on Friday, everyone's going to look back and say 5 games. If they win on Monday, I'm tired. If they win on Monday, everyone's just going to look back and said, oh, look at that. 5-game series, 5-game series, 4-game series, 5-game series. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no one's going to complain about that word. It just sucks that we're living in this little blip.
Yeah, I mean, these 3 days suck. It's not helpful that they decided to lose a game with a massive break between games. Like, in hindsight, it would have been a little bit more fun to have game 3 be the loss. Then you could only have the 1 day in between games, but now you have 2 days in between. It's just not fun. But I don't know if I want to say expect them to win Monday because, like, Friday was the first time, like, I was in on all these emails too. I was like, yeah, they're going to do it. Like, it feels like it's over. And it was very wrong. Like, I went in excited to see them win. Maybe I'll still expect them to win, but I'm not going to be excited until I see it.
Exactly.
I'm not going to get my hopes up. But on this show, I literally was like, it wouldn't be the worst thing if they won at home. Like,
I was
they had to lose one. Yeah.
If I could guarantee the shot would go in, would you rather the Celtics win the finals at a 40-point blowout or a game winner? If I could guarantee
40-point blowout.
Even if I could, even if you,
because it's like a game. It's like a day of celebration. Like all the guys get in, you get like the hand for all the key players. Like Porzingis would get in the game and get a hand.
True,
like,
you know what? Yeah, they check. It's a heave at the end of the game. Celtics down by 1. Pritchard checks in, chucks it from half.
Yeah.
All right, last email. Ending it with the guy himself. RJ, with love and respect, no cheat code, no problem. Hey, folks, never any doubt, right? We never knew who the path to victory would look like in advance. Wednesday night, it was JT and JB leading the way with key contributions from everyone else. Pritchard pitched down on defense. So did Hauser along with 3 threes. X-Man put up 11 minutes, 4 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 1 gorgeous 3-ball. Big Al was solid with an 8-5-2 line plus 2 steals and 1 block. We'll overlook that late turnover. He was a little too enthusiastic. The stock exchange, Try combined 25, 11, and 9. 5 of 12 from deep and only 1 turnover between the two of them. As for the big two, they score 57.5 of the Celtics points pretty much in the flow of an offense that Dallas tried to slow down using everything except pipe wrenches. They didn't force it. They just kept doing what needed to be done at both ends of the floor. And for that, it still isn't over. If any team is suited not to let up when it's 3-0, it's this Celtics squad. Be well and let's win this thing Friday. RJ. For what it's worth, I don't actually think they let up. I think they just played like shit. Like I don't think they weren't trying. Like they just were bad. And I think there is a difference there, unfortunately.
Yeah, I thought their effort from the jump was actually decent. Like I said it to you after. I was like, like it was 11-10. I thought things were going pretty well. I thought they were bringing the right amount of energy. Some things didn't go their way. Like there were some offensive rebounds, but then Lively made it 3, and that was the end of it.
Lively 3 was the dagger, man. Okay. Like I said, this is going to be up on audio platforms too, if that's how you listen. Sorry for the shorter one today. Long days, travel, Sam busy as well. It happens.
Moving all day.
Yeah, we'll be back with full pod after Monday's game. So hopefully it's a happy one because that'll be a fun full pod. Do we want to make it a full pod? I only ask because if they do win, if there is a full pod and 30 minutes of it is, oh my gosh, and then the other 20 is just, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing.
Yeah, because then if they lose.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fine. I was just curious. You know what I'm saying though, because it is a bit like it is awkward because it's such a big moment to not a big moment versus just Anyways, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on audio platforms too. I know Sam says it, but if I do my 3 plugs, I might as well say something else. I'll let Sam take it out.
Yeah. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you don't miss any of our daily uploads. Coming at you 5 a.m. with new pods. Typically Tuesday, Thursday, Sundays. It's been a weird day. Game recaps morning after. Other videos to keep you busy in between. We also have streams, Talking C's, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Celtics Roundtable Tuesday evenings, and we are live for pregame a half hour before, so come hang out. Ease the nerves before Game 5 because we'll be here reading the chat, joking around with everybody. It's a ton of fun. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. You can also find us on Spotify and Apple. This is there. The full pods are there. The game recaps are there. If you follow those, go right into your feed. Leave a 5-star review. Email us, hbtcpod@gmail.com. You saw it. We went through the mailbag today. You could be one of them. Socials. All right, how about them C's for Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok? Facebook's the name of the pod. Streams are there. They're on YouTube. They're on Twitter. Jack's Twitter's at Jack's Money NBA. Mine is at Sam LaFrance. It's it for us.